not in a weird way. What other possible way could there be?
Well,
No, that was weird. That was a weird
just
thing to
got
say.
it.
My bad. Anyway.
Hey guys, my name's Dan. Today's react is the Wrath of the Titans pitch meeting. Now, I always love when Ryan goes a little bit back in time to some of these older movies and does pitches for them, don't get me wrong. The newer stuff is great as well, but there's just something about these older movies that I may or may not have seen before. I go back and watch, and maybe I'll remember some of the fun things that happened in it, or I remember how much I hated it. How did I feel about this one, you might ask? Well, you're gonna have to wait and see on that. But before we do, though, please do check out all of those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, Ryan George's link and the pitch meter link as well. They're great ways to support him, and a great and easy way to support me is by going right below this video, clicking all those buttons down there, because I always let you see future reactions that I do, but also helps my channel to grow. Without any further ado, let's go.
So, you got a Clash of the Titans sequel for me? Yes, sir, I do. Oh boy, the people have been demanding this. Really?
They have?
No, but the first one made just enough to justify trying a second, so
Oh,
let's go. Fair
I
enough.
see.
We will make Sam Worthington a star. We're certainly
We
gonna
will?
try for a little bit, so what happens
Are
in
you
the
sure?
sequel? Right, well, so 10 years have passed, and we're gonna catch up with Perseus. And what's going on with him? Well, he has a frickin' son now, and decided to start wearing his hair like Kenny Powers. What? And you know his wife from the first movie? Well, she died. Right, I remember that from the first movie. Then his dad Zeus brought her back from the dead as like a gift. Right, well, she dies again. Oh. So does Zeus. Not this time, no.
No,
She's just
apparently
one of those
not,
people
no.
that dies often. Oh, dang it. Anyway, so one day Zeus shows up and he's like, hey, people aren't praying to the gods anymore, so we're losing our powers and becoming mortal, so you gotta help us, Perseus. What does he need help with? Well, if the gods lose their powers, they won't be able to keep the walls of Tartarus standing, which is this big jail thing where this titan Kronos is being held. Uh-oh. Yeah, so Perseus is like, no, I'm a fisherman now. I don't give a crap. Oh. I was kind of hoping he'd go on the adventure, but a fishing movie sounds pretty good too. What kind of bait does he use? No, actually, he will go on an adventure, because at a certain point, he's not going to have a choice. What do you mean? Well, see, Hades and Ares are going to team up and attack Zeus and Poseidon, because they have this secret plan where if they release Kronos, he's going to let them keep their immortality. Oh, very evil. Yeah, so they mortally wound Poseidon, and they start sucking Zeus's powers out of him, because that's what they need to release Kronos. Oh, sucking stuff out of Liam Neeson is tight. Oh!
Oh, God! What? What?
My God! No, not in a weird way. What other
What
possible
other
way
way?
could there be?
Well,
No, that was weird. That was a weird
you just
thing to
got
say.
it.
My bad. Anyway, so Hades and Ares are
I
going to
love
send
that.
some fire monsters to kill humans, and Perseus is going to have to kill these monsters. Is that going to be hard to do? Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yes, he's going to kill them by setting them on fire. But they're fire monsters? That's right, and they're not fireproof. That's what we're going with. Well, okay then.
Not
So
even the
before
slightest.
Poseidon dies, he tells Perseus about the evil plan, and Perseus is like, I'm just a demigod. I can't do anything about this. Right. But Poseidon is like, well, if you're a demigod, then you need another demigod to get this done. That math works. This guy's good. Yeah, it all adds up. So he tells him to go find his son Agenor, and then he turns to sand and dies. Oh, are gods made of sand? Yeah, gods are made entirely of sand. So Perseus is going to team up with Agenor and go on this big quest, and Andromeda is going to be there too. And what's she going to do in the movie? I just told you. Oh, okay. So what's this quest exactly? Right, so they need to combine the thunderbolt of Zeus, the pitchfork of Hades, the trident of Poseidon, and that's going to form the spear of Trium. And that's going to let them kill Kronos? Exactly. So they wander towards their goal, and once in a while some mythological creatures pop out, and they got to bonk them on the head to keep going. Very exciting. And so once inside Tartarus, they've got to find Zeus, but this place is a freaking giant maze. Oh man, so it's going to be pretty tough to find him. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, this maze moves around, and so they kind of don't go anywhere, and that ends up working. Well, perfect. Now, by this point, Zeus has lost almost all his hair color powers, so he's going to tell Hades that he forgives him, so Hades is going to become a good guy. That's all it takes for him to give up on his plan and immortality? That's what we're going with, but they're a little too late, and Ares manages to free Kronos. Uh-oh, so what's everybody going to do? Well, Perseus is going to fight Ares and turn him to sand and finish building that spear he needs. Okay. And Hades is going to transfer some of his powers to Zeus, so now they're powerful enough to get involved in this big fight happening between humans and monsters. powers. Hades transfers some of his powers to Zeus. That's right, sir. So there's still the same amount of power between the two of them. How does that help? Hey, shut up, and so then they're gonna fight and wave their hands around and stuff. Very exciting. But hey, if gods get their powers from people praying, why don't they get everybody on the battlefield to start praying? Give them even more power. Hey, shut up again, and so now that Perseus has this magical spear, he's gonna fly inside Kronos' mouth and kill him, and it's gonna be a big fiery explosion. Wow, so he sacrifices himself? What? No, he's totally fine. Oh, I just thought being inside a giant exploding titan might affect him in some way. Well, it doesn't, so then he goes and smooches Andromeda right on the mouth. What? Why? Smoochy smoochy. Was that a thing we were building towards? No, but Hero gets smoochy smoochy from Pretty Lady. That's true. And so also Zeus died.
Hero gets smoochy smoochy from Pretty Lady. That is just wonderful.
And turns to sand. Very sandy gods. And now Hades is basically a human wandering around. So he's gotta, like, get a job. Probably gotta go to a trade school or something, yeah. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like a great movie to shoot and then convert into 3D. What? And if we're lucky, this one will also scrape forward into profitability and we can make a trilogy. Hell yeah.
No, that definitely didn't happen. So I went into this, I don't remember fully if I enjoy Clash of the Titans or not, because I'm super into like different mythologies, certainly in this case with Greek mythology. So seeing this movie, apparently I have saw it before because there were some things that I remember. It's like, oh, I remember that scene. I don't really know why or when I saw the first one, but it was decent. I wouldn't say. I mean, there's certainly worse ways to spend your time, and I know that's not the biggest compliment to give a movie, but it's another one of those things, you know, if you're just, like, impressed by, like, different names that come up within Greek mythology, then this certainly is something for you. The fight scenes were pretty impressive, but that was kind of it. Unfortunately, Sam Worthington never really became that huge star that everybody wanted him to be. I mean, he's okay, he's fine. I guess I've never really been the best judge of like the best actors, but I guess things never really worked out too well for him in this case. It is kind of sad that this whole thing sort of died with this, because, you know, was kind of curious to see if they would go on with it, even though no one ever really asked for a sequel to a remake. That just sort of screams like, oh, let's see how much more money we can get out of these movies. So I guess that is a good thing that this movie just sort of stopped. It just sort of stopped here, and there was never a third one. But that will do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about Wrath of the Titans? Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kester Cronage, Amber K, Raymond Bright, Chris Curtis, Haley Machinardi, Ann Perry, Larka, Fox Cacophony, and Morgan Page. And I'll see you guys next time.